when you know the way Baus plays the Jax. He goes in, one shot, moves on. It's not an AD Jax. What is that?
He hasn't changed too much after all.
Crowny just continuing to get aggressive in the lane. Marlon once again going for the underneath, gets the hook off here. Doesn't really have much mana. Crowny's been ignited though. Barrier's been forced out. Marlon not going to go away. Gets the lockdown. Nata, can he find a little bit of extra damage? Flashes over the bubble. Nata secures first blood. Marlon takes a dip, heals back up. Beautiful play from Ruddy Sack's bot lane.
Stuff so far in that early game.
Yeah, really nice to see that as well, because normally it's actually lost the turn as he take those first dragons. We are seeing a fight though breaking out. Velia gonna have to throw some what damage out. Bubble does land here on to Natty. In jumps Marlon, goes for the flash, doesn't connect though with the lockdown, but they find the pop back and Peng able to find the kill. Ruddy, 2 on the board. Nata continues to chase forward, gets a bomb on his head. Crowny's putting some extra damage in as the bomb goes off and they're all going low. That's gonna be the revive. Hook comes out and Ruddy Sack are gonna be forced to run away. Marlon being hunted here. Dashes away to safety. Ruddy incredibly low. Crowny will not be able to find another kill, but beautiful start here for Ruddy. 2 kills under their belt.
They don't have a lot of defensive items on the side of Los Ratones to be able to withstand all the damage coming through from Ruddy Sack, as well as saving multiple people. Resilient ult. It is this time going to be the Dragon, and Baus is getting a little bit beaten up right here by the Yorick.
He's getting quite low. Gathan actually may have enough for the solo kill. Maiden's doing the work. Feat of warfare as well. Gathan with the solo kill. And as you can see, that might be one of the...
If they overextend, it could be the punish. One bubble is all that needs to land to get that Trundle in. But Ruddy Sack for now, they're not getting baited. Level 6 on the Pike.
Oh, Nata has to ult away there. Marlon looks for the lockdown. Good pillar comes in. Tied away from making his way forward. Natty jumps in. 1 kill already over. Bubble hasn't quite hit. Goes in with the ultimate. Nata's putting more damage down. He takes out Velia. Finds the Q. Onto Crowny. Nata flashes forwards. Crowny takes it. And Ruddy fumble the play. Double kill for Reckless.
We're in Denmark. Double kill for Reckless on the Nami. Obviously just kidding. They do manage to get one back, but then again, the over-aggression came through and instantly shut down.
Marlon! I don't think he's getting away. Crowny, that's his first kill of the game because Reckless got the double. Huge play there, picking him up while Nata was making his way to lane. We do see Nemesis getting heavily chunked out. We are seeing some fire in Ruddy.
Grubs that they're focusing on, and you see how the Yorick versus Jax kind of works early game. Obviously, this is an AD Jax. As Marlon's around the corner, but I don't think they can do much.
Yeah, they are going to secure themselves a single grub, although in jumps Natty, goes for the smite. Gathan in the middle of everyone. Reckless finds himself caught by the hook and taken down. Gathan secures the kill. Marlon flashes over, finds the stun. Velia will fall. Gathan gets the double kill. Natty continues to chase forwards as he gets it. Ruddy Sack are back.
They all assembled so quickly, and props to Gathan. He pre-charges the wall onto Reckless. That is a flashless Nami. Pins him in there, Marlon pulls him out, and they chase them one by one. They've got fantastic chasing ability. Marlon's waiting around for post. And again, I have to give major props to Marlon for showing up.
Thrown down the realm, that's going to be the Resurrect coming out here from Nemesis, but that Chrono Shift is not going to do much. He flashes away from Marlon's lockdown. The calculation works out here as Baus finds himself in a 1 versus 2. Grandmaster's Might's been thrown out for him. Hits level 11. Natty's going to chase forwards, and it's just able to make his way.
So they Jax and Marlon, Natinat, Gathan, all up top. Can they get him? That's the question.
Minion's going to block there. They've got the wave crashing in. They've got the Maiden. Gathan's going to make sure this one can happen. Throws the cage out. Baus trying to play the escape game. He's able to evade away on the Q. Chases forwards. Baus is locked down by the Vault Breaker though. And X marks the spot. Gathan secures the kill. Tower will crumble. Very well executed.
Very well played by Natinat. He charges the Q and misses on purpose so that Counter-Strike gets off cooldown. Because if you hit him and then you get Counter-Strike under tower, you're going to be stunned and take the tower shot. So well played by the Vi. Has to flash. The flash is over.
Velia looking for Natty. I didn't think he was in danger. Finds the back with the Q. That's going to be the kill. Gathan answers out though. A 1-for-1.
That Sundered Sky heal. Look
towards that Herald on the top side.
And Gathan is having such a good time into Baus. Again, very close. That second item for Yorick. They got Crowny.
Gets caught by the slow, has to flash away. Tidal Wave thrown out as well. Nobody goes down, but the flash on Crowny is a big loss.
See, Natty is heading towards that bot side. Counter-Strike already used. If they can wrap around, it's just one press away from Baus going down. They're not going to take that hit. I feel like, again, Teamfights as well.
Yes.
Specifically when the second item is going to be completed right here. He's got already Extremity Forces, the mid lane
A
tower.
very weak tier 2 tower. And he's already ahead over his opponent. It's a 1.5k gold lead for Gaten over Baus. As Marlon getting heavily chunked out here, has to jump away. Baus flashes in, locks down Peng and Nata. Nata's low HP, has to flash the wall himself. Baus can't go for the ward hop. They're not able to get the damage off, and ultimately they're going to lose the tower. Ruddy successfully disengaged.
Huge Counter-Strike. This time around doesn't have to splash to commit for that one, right? Does someone manage to get into the backline? A big bomb potentially from Nemesis landing. This is where the flashes really lose their value for being used in the previous iteration. This time around, though, it's going to be a handshake. Atakan, full Herald. I kind of like this handshake right here from Ruddy because they do have that mid lane still standing up.
Yeah.
So they could potentially use that Herald to take down that mid lane tier 1.
Well, there's the Herald down. They may actually just use Nata to take it. As Ruddy, Gaten, unaware of where everyone is. I think he's in danger. Caught by the slow. Got the double bomb locked down. Tidal wave thrown out. Gaten incredibly low here, worth a lot of money as Crowny gets himself the shutdown. Very patiently played.
1,080 gold into already and 2 items.
And as Lucian into a squishy champion into this, you got to jump into a Pike, into a Aurora, into the Vi most scarily is. I'm going to have to interrupt that because they're jumping in. The lockdown there. Nada goes forwards for the kill. Baus jumps in, finds the lockdown onto 2, gets the chrono shift off as well, jumps out. It's a 1-for-0 for Los Ratones.
That was a very great engage right there from Los Ratones. Good counter engage by Ruddy, but I think Marlon missed his ult on the key target, so the execution did not go through from the Pike. And right here, Los Ratones, they have numbers advantage. Nata no flash.
Caught by the pillar, no ultimate available. Crowny takes the kill. I'm pretty sure that's the IE finished up for him. And this Lucian spiking hard as Marlon is on the hunt and interrupts into Velia, finds the lockdown. Peng gets a whole heap of damage off. He just deletes the Trundle.
This Trundle only has armor on him, just finished Deadman's. He's got steel caps. Going for it.
Gets in. I think he misclicked a little bit there. It's just going to jump away.
I think he tried to threaten the tower because if you do die, when he gets stunned.
They're jumping in onto the backline. Natty is blown up. Velia finds the kill. Peng has to jump the wall. Marlon getting that locked out. Big mistakes coming in from the side of Ruddy. All they had to do was pressure topside and play it chill. They give Dragon, and they probably don't take this tower either off the back of that one. Although, Gaten, I don't know if Nemesis really has the ability to stop him. Yeah, he's got Demolish. He's got Hullbreaker. That tower's down. Inhibitor will be left open for now, not taken.
And this is why we were raving about the 3 dragons that Ruddy have taken. Because now with these 3 dragons, they can buy time for Gaten to absolutely demolish the lanes, quite literally. Talking about demolishing in Gaten, they're looking to demolish him.
There's the pillar to find the lockdown onto him. Gaten is getting absolutely exploded. Big heal comes out from that Q, but it's not going to be enough. Velia takes the kill, and that could be, like you said, Baron. Ruddy are trying to finish Baus up in the meantime. Marlon chasing in, they find the lockdown. He misses the ultimate. Baus jumping away. Peng has to flash in for the kill. I don't know if they can interrupt this, though. Natty's in the area. Can he make the hero steal happen? There's no vision, actually, for Los Ratones behind the pit.
They have to give it up. They have to give it up. If they can't stop him from getting into the pit, they have to give it up. Super low on mana for Nemesis as well.
Good pillar into the double bombs onto 3. Big lockdown. Velia's going to chase forwards. In comes the tidal wave. Goes through the goalposts. Los Ratones get healed up by the redemption. And Ruddy just going to quickly grab the wave, grab pressure, and back off.
The resets are coming through from the side of LR. Nemesis!
Nemesis! In the middle of Ruddy caught in the lockdown. Chrono shift forced out. Can the rest of the cavalry come in time? No, they can't. Nata will take the kill.
And let's see how much control they can gain over here. Gaten TP's in. This could be the Baron we were looking at. 45 seconds for Nemesis. Baus just about came up.
Crowny getting heavily chunked out. They didn't quite get enough burst off. Baus is in the area.
He TP'd on the top lane, completed the Riftmaker. This is some pretty low HP bars for Nati, not a low mana bar for Nata.
Could be dangerous. They've got Peng on one flank, they've got Marlon just playing flank on the other. They're going to immediately jump in onto Reckless, but the culling comes out, and Nata is deleted. Gaethan's trying his hardest to hold this one as Nata has to disengage. Natty trying to find that opening, find a massive chunk out. Gaethan flashes forwards. They're going to jump and try and finish up Crownie, but Crownie's just playing around the edge. Marlon misses the ultimate. That's going to be a kill for Crownie. Gaethan pinned in place. Bounce locks them down. Ruddy Sack had the game in their hands, and they drop the ball. Teleport coming in. Peng has to 1 versus 3. Caught by the lockdown, caught by the pillar. Lost. Ratones are back in the game. There where Nata 3 items in, hasn't got a defensive item
as
either.
well, right? Like the AP items coming through, most likely voice up for something. Crownie?
Crownie able to do a fair amount of damage there to Peng, but actually gets answered back out onto Velia. Getting chunked as well underneath the tower. Crownie's doing his best just to get some damage onto this tower, try and open it up, but Natty's been pulled over. Gaethan being a nuisance in the side lane here. They're going to throw the tidal wave down. Nata is annihilated. The slow is too much. And I think Los Ratones might just be looking for the end here. They've got the Baron. Gaethan going to be getting pulled back. Baus has had to reset and defend top lane. So maybe that's enough to just force them away for the moment.
That's a great rotation right here. Baus pushed the wave, TP'd back, reset back, went for the wave that Gaethan was pushing. Then Gaethan has to reset because they lost a member. And Baus did the hard work right there. He pulled the wave up, but that's all Los Ratones are going to be able to get. That bot lane tier 2.
His death cap now. But I don't think they can really do much but let this dragon fall. Again, it's not even soul point here. Ruddy Sack have had good control of the dragons this game, so it sucks to lose, but it's not going to be a game loser here. What would be a game loser is overcommitting for something you can't fight as Nemesis. Just going to force the...
Insane poke onto Gaethan. Someone has to defend mid lane from Ruddy Sack as well, and Los Ratones will take that chance to push that wave on the tower.
Ruddy were thinking about looking for a play. They do find a cage onto Crownie. He just dashes out to safety. Tower slowly but surely being whittled down. Baron will be falling off about now here for the side of Los Ratones. So Ruddy going to be able to hold on. The nice little hook on the Velia, nothing too major. They do lose the inhibitor very quickly though. Gaethan doing his best to hold the line. And Ruddy, they're not out of this game, but every...
wave coming in from the bot lane. Baus escorting the mid lane wave, and now he's going to join most likely the bot wave as well. He's constantly been pouring these waves inside Ruddy Sack's space, and they have to respond, which means the last outer tower defense is going to fall to the hands of Los Ratones, and I think Ruddy Sack right here are going to have to make their last try for defense in this game.
Baus is in the mid. Massive chunk out of their health bars there. Huge burst from Peng, but Baus is coming on the flank. He's going to get caught by the lockdown. Not going to let that happen. Nice play.
The base.
Peng looking for the damage, but the base is open. They need to defend. Solid kill, though, for the side of Ruddy Sack.
Props to Peng right there. He absolutely chunked Los Ratones. He single-handedly saved that siege.
They're not going to go for it. The waves, other than the top wave, are actually in a good state right now for the side of Ruddy Sack, so they can look to try and just skirmish and force out something. Maiden, not long for the world, sadly, as Crownie just going to throw down the culling onto Gaethan. Gaethan actually evading a lot of it. In jumps Natty to try and play the hero, but he is going to get blown up. Reckless takes the kill, locking down onto Nata. Nata will be taken out. Baus finishes him up. 2 members of Ruddy Sack remain. Gaethan caught by the slow, throws the cage in, gets caught by the bombs, and pop goes Gaethan. Baus will take another kill. Marlon will be locked down as well as he jumps over the wall, got the bombs on his head. Baus will just flash after him. There is the ace for Los Ratones. The base will fall. 35 minutes on the clock. Los Ratones are going to finals.